Hey everyone, welcome back to DevDynamoAk. In today's video, we are diving into the ultimate guide for building serverless application with TypeScript. If you are ready to learn how to leverage the power of serverless architecture and combine it with the type safety and modern syntax of TypeScript, you have come to the right place. Throughout this video, we will walk you through everything you need to know to get started with serverless functions, setting up a solid TypeScript environment, and deploying to popular platforms like AWS Lambda. By the end of this guide, you will be able to build scalable, cost-effective, and maintainable serverless applications confidently. So grab your code editors and let's get started with a complete guide to serverless with a TypeScript. So let's open our GitHub desktop and let's create a new repository and let the new repository name as mm, serverless TypeScript to do, and we are using Mongo deep. Okay, so this is our repository. Create the repository and push the repository, and I want to keep this as public so that I can provide you the link after completing of this code. So, and let's open with Visual Studio Code now. So I've opened. Yeah, let's open the terminal and make some files here. So mkdir. I want here app. Insert this app. Okay, let's make first app. So the similar way I will create all the files, and so I have created these files, guys. This is empty files, you can see. Serverless YAML, tsconfig, types. Okay. In the app, I have created handlers, model, repository, services, utils. Okay. As you can see, it is empty now. Let's create some files for to do. So these files I have created, guys, in the handler to do handler. In the model, I created index to do model.ts, repository to do repository, services to do dot service.ts, and utils I have created error, MongoDB connection, and response type. Okay, we will have common response. And in the app, I have created this handler. You can see directly in the app I have created this handle. So whatever the handlers will be there will be imported here and will be exported directly from here so that we can configure in the YAML file. Okay, so let's move to our ts config file now, and I will paste this thing. Okay, so before that we need to add the package.json file also so that we will have all the dependency there. So guys, I have created this package.json file. Inside the root directory you can see serverless TypeScript to do, and I will paste some dependency here. Okay, so this is the TypeScript Mongo. Okay, and some title I have, description I have given here, and then there is a script, dev script, and deployment script, serverless offline and serverless deploy verbose. Okay, and the main dependency we are having at tab slash AWS Lambda because we are using AWS Lambda types and AWS Lambda also. Class validator and class formation for validating our post data, whatever the post data will come. So by using this class validator, we will validate that. Okay, and mongoose to connect a MongoDB, and this reflected metadata. Uh, this is used to containerize our uh, uh, like dependency injections. Okay, and ts node we need, and ts wirings. Okay, so this library is used to manage inversion of control, and by using this we will auto wire the things and we will inject the things. Okay, so like if we will use auto wire, which means we will be using the one object, only single object in our whole application. Okay, so by using this we will able to achieve that. And some dev dependencies like serverless offline to start the server. as our application is serverless, so we need to execute offline mode also, right? And serverless prune and TypeScript. Let's start installing this. So I will just execute the command npm install. So guys, our dependency has installed successfully, and let's move to tsconfig now. So this is the compiler options. Okay, you will get this all the options inside the GitHub. You can copy and paste there. And what we need to include to watch the TypeScript, like app slash all the files in the app, and whatever the extension with TS, you should watch that files. And we are excluding the node models, right? Which it is model. Okay, so we have excluded from here. So now let's move to our MongoDB connection, and let's try to create the connection now. So I'll complete the code, import. So this is the code, guys. So in the MongoDB connections, so this is the import Mongoose connection options, Mongoose, okay. TS rings auto inject, okay. From the TS ring we are taking auto inject. What it means? We are saying to TS ring to watch this object, okay. Whenever we want this object, just from the container, just return this object, okay. So in the private UI string is equals to, we are taking the URL which we have hard coded. You can take it dynamically from secret manager also, and the additional option if we want to pass, okay. Like while creating this object, we can pass from this constructor, and there is a connection code and is a disconnection code, okay. So await mongoose connection URL, and we are passing options, okay. And if it is connected, we are saying connect, disconnect, and the similar way for the disconnect code, okay. Now let's move to our errors or responses first. So this is our code for responses. We are making here some common responses, like import error, validation error from class validator. Before that, see, this is the const function and success format response, and there is a error format response, and we are receiving here status code, success, boolean, and data, okay. And we are returning from here the same way for this. Here is a common, we are returning the key as data, here we are returning as error, and success will be false here. Here it will be true, obviously, inside success format. And I have created two responses, like we have exported like this. This is the for success, and this is for error, okay. So it is saying that the error type is error or not. If it is error, then we are returning error dot message in the array, or else directly whatever the message is coming, we are returning from here. And I have created this app validation response. Why I have created, I will explain you later this. So just see here, error validation error, okay. Code we are passing 400, and some object will be there. From there, error of 0 constant, so we are mapping, we are getting this value, and we are returning. Why we are doing, I will explain you when we will implement this, okay. And when we will get response, how it is coming, I will show. Now let's move to uh, our errors.ts file, and I will complete the code. So I have wrote this code, guys, you can see. So here validation error, validation from class validation I was expecting here, and exporting app validations, and this is async method. And we are expecting any of input type, and we are returning validation error array, okay. And array is equals to await input and validation array target true, okay. This function will be validating, okay. How it is validating, what we will create, I will explain you later. Just see this also, okay. Now let's move to do models and to do model.js, and let's create the to do model. So I will implement all the code here, and I will explain to you. So guys, I have wrote this code, you can see. So interface I to do, title, description, and completed boolean files. It is an interface, guys, okay. And that we are having one class. Leave this for now. Ignore this. Uh, I have created interface. Next interface to do extends I to do. I to do is interface. Okay, we are extending this to this interface, and document also, which is coming from Mongoose, we are extending. Okay, one interface can be extend to other interface. You can see. Okay, so these are the two interface we have extended. Now what we have done, to do schema we have created here for MongoDB. So new schema, we have passed this to do schema here interface, and the if I will remove any one of the field, you can see we will get some compilation here. So we need to uh, give there. Okay, we have to override these values. Okay, so title, description, and completed. So I have given that I have a string and required is true, and similarly for description, and for completed it will be default false. Okay, if you are not providing any values, by default it will be the false. Next, we have created a schema also. Next, to do schema, we have given the type of model. Okay, what is the type of to do model? Model I to do document. So this is the generate type. So we are passing dynamically the type. Okay, so I to do type of this model. Okay, is equals to model name, and we are passing schema. So in this way we have created successfully, and this we have passed exported from here. So this we have completed. Now comes to next part for validating the, if we are posting any data, guys. Okay, so whenever we will post the data from the postman or our front end, so we need to validate, sir. Okay, it is not related to MongoDB, it is a validation. Okay, so because I have created this interface here, so that's why I have wrote this here only. Don't be confused. I can write in other file also, but the interface was here only, so I have wrote this here only. Okay, so class to do validation implements. Okay, one class should implements a interface. Okay, can't be extended. So I have implemented. Okay, I have implements the I to do. Whenever we are having class, we should implements. Okay, so I have implemented this interface. If it is class, then we have to extend this. The title, description, and completed the data types. And what I have done, I have imported this thing, is string, length is boolean, and is optional from class validator. You can see. So at is string, what it means, it should be string and its length should be between 2 to 50. Okay, and the similarly for the description, it is from 2 to 100, and is optional means this completed can be optional. If you want to give, you can. If you don't want, you can't. It depend on you. And this type should be, if it is there, it is not optional, it should be boolean type, I have said. Okay, so I have exported this also here. Next thing, see here, this line I will explain uh, when I will auto inject this. So for now, I will commit this and I will show what is the issue with this. So I have committed this, and let's we will move to do repositories now, and I will implement the code and I will explain to you this. So guys, I have completed the code, everything. Okay. The similar way, like for MongoDB connection, I have auto void this also. So that TS link will watch this. Okay. So it will watch this, like this to do repository. It should it what it means, whenever the compilers it come to this line, it will make the object. Okay, and it will store somewhere in the box. Okay, whenever we make the request, like we have make the request to inject to do model, right? So in the similar way it will make like that. Okay, so you can see auto to do inject. Okay, auto injectable. So I have imported from ts rings class. This is the class, guys, to do repository. You can see, and I've exported this, and this is having some variable. Okay, private model, which is a type of model I to do. Okay, and constructor, whenever the object is created, it should inject. Okay, we will not the pass the value, it should inject. Who will inject this? Tsy rings. Okay, it will inject this to do model, This is the model, and which is the type of I to do model, and this dot model is equals to model. Okay, so we are injecting this model. So from where we will get this? So it should also be auto injectable. So that's why if I will go to MongoDB connection, sorry, to do repository to do models. Okay, so this line, what it means? It is nothing but auto injecting. Like we are not in the class, so we have to write container dot register. What it means? It is auto void is. Okay, another way of implementing auto var is container dot register, and container is coming from again tail string. You can see container dot register. What is the type? Okay, this is the generic type model to do to do document. This is a generic type. Okay, register what? It is a function. So what we need to register? To do model. Okay, to do model register and use value to do model, which I have passed this here. Okay, so you can see here also this is the model type, right? So the same thing we have to pass here. This is the generic. Okay, so this is the auto word implementation. Next. So we are injecting that here. Okay, means we are calling the container of tsstring to return to inject this object here. Okay, so it is injecting here. Now when it is created, you can see I have created method I have called, and which expect the data partial. Okay, this is the TypeScript. Partial means what is nothing but I to do interface I have exported, which we have created in the to do model. You can see this is the to do model and this is the interface, right? So what is a partial is nothing but we are having title, description, and completed. From there, I need any one value or all values. Partial is nothing but you can pass any value from there. Okay. So whatever the value present, it will be assigned to that data. Okay. So this is the partial means. And so new this dot model. Okay. This dot model, I was passing the data here. You can see. And that after passing the data, uh, we will get the object and new to do dot save. Okay, so from where it is coming? The MongoDB, right? If I'll control space save, you can see all the methods of Mongos we are able to see, right? So in the similar way, so and what we are returning, this to do document, right? Which is the type to do document. You can see this model is of to do document, so it will return that document only. So promise we can return this. Okay, so we are returning from this after saving. Similarly for the read and update thing, we will update the things with id, right? And update, same here also. Partial, right? What is partial? I have explained this here. So we can pass from the it model title, description, and completed. We can pass any one value, right? So and promise we are returning from here. So either we can return null or we can return this, right? So find by and update, which is for coming from again uh, our MongoDB, right? Functions, mongoose, find by ID and update. And ID we are passing and updating the data and new, right? So I hope this you have understood how the constructor it is working and how it is injecting the things, right? So next we'll move to delete. So delete the implementation also same, like we are returning object, this object, and model dot find by id and delete. Okay, get by id and delete by id, the same thing, right? Now let's move to our service layer, like to do service layer, and I will implement the code and I will explain to this to you. So guys, I have completed the code. You can see for to do service layer, it is also the same class, and to do private to do repository type, and whenever the object create the first time, so we are auto injecting, right? At inject. So whenever we start the serverless application, so these firings will create this object I have told, right? So one time it has created, so that object only it will inject here. Okay, so what it means, first time it has created, right, new to do repository. So it will pass the same thing here. Okay, so it is created only one time, right? So it will inject here, and what I was doing here, you can see some event we are passing, which is API gateway proxy event v2, which is coming from AWS Lambda, right? So I was expecting that in the this method it will come here. It is service layer, guys. Okay. And next thing, what I was doing, plain to class inputs, right? Plain to class I have imported from class transformer. Okay. Plain to class I was passing to do validator. See, from where we are getting this to do validator, it is coming from this file, right? To do validator. See, to do validator. So it will validate that inputs in the post, right? So plain to class to do validations we are passing, and json.parse, like it will come in the string. So event dot body. So title description it will come here, and it will validate. How it will validate it is a string or not, it is there or not, and its length is between 2 to 50 and 2 to 100 or not. Okay, if it is not, then it will throw error. Okay, so how it will throw the error, first it will get the values, you can see. Okay, plain to class. See, if I will write here input dot, you can see all the value we are getting here. Okay, sure. So how to find whether it is validated or not? So app validation error, which is coming from this error, right? Utils.error, which we have created, right? Now I will explain this. So we are passing this import here, guys. Okay, and how we are validating, see. So now I can explain to you. So these inputs we are getting from here, and this method will validate if it is having any error, so it will return that error. Okay, errors it will returns. Okay, if it is not having any errors, we are passing false, means there is no errors. See, so we are doing the same thing. If error, then return app validation response. Okay, app validation response we are passing return. So it is validated here, and we are storing that value in errors. And if it is errors, false. Okay, false means we are not having any errors, so it will come to line number 23. Okay, if it is there errors, so app it will return this object to this one. And what is there in the app validation, you can see app validation response. So what I have done, we will get some object. I will console log and I will show you when we will test this API. Okay, okay guys. So some that value I was returning in the array, guys. Okay, so whatever the values will be there, I will show you this also, and I'll show the response also when we will get the validations. So we are returning this response if it is success. Okay, so this dot to do repository dot create, and we are passing that input here. Okay, if it is success, it will return here from here. Okay, in a similar way for that get to do's. How to get the to do's, like get to do's we'll have two scenarios, right? We will get all the to-dos or we'll get one to-do, right? So what I have done here, get to-dos. So I was expecting in the event.path parameters ID, okay? So I'll extract that ID here, and I will check whether the ID is existing or not. If it is exist, then I will return the success response and await this dot repository to do dot get ID by get by ID, or I will read, means it will return all the to-dos, okay? And after that to the same thing, you can see. Okay, app validation here also, and we are validating here. If it is errors, we are returning the error here. Okay, or else we are returning success response. Okay, same for delete to do. and go to do by ID, okay, and delete to do. You can check out this in the GitHub code. Chalo. Next, we'll move to do handlers. So we have completed to do services also. Let's move to do handler now, and I will complete and I will explain to you what is handler. So first of all, guys, I was importing container from TypeScript and to do services I was expecting here, and as this is not a class, so how to inject, right? We are having some to do service object inside TS binary container. So container dot resolve. I was resolving to do service, okay, which we have. You can see which we have auto injected, means it will create the object whenever the application start. So that object I want expected here. What means I was injecting here, okay, in this to this also. If I will, you can see how to verify that whether object is created or not. To do service dot, you can see all the methods of that service we are getting, okay. So what it means, uh, its object will be created, right? So next, to do handlers async event API gateway event proxies, like Express we will not have a request response and next. Here we will have event API gateway proxy v2, okay, which is coming from AWS Lambda. And how to get the HTTP method, like request dot request context dot HTTP dot method, okay. So in that we are getting method. So I was lowercasing that and I have provided switch case, get, post, patch, delete, and some default invalid HTTP, and await the to do service dot get to do's, create to do's, and update and delete, okay. And I was try catching. If any errors is thrown, it will be cached here, okay. So if I'll go to this service, you can see somewhere I have thrown the error also. See, so delete to do by ID. You can see if we are not getting an ID, so we are throwing from here. So which will be cached in the handler, okay, and it will be written from here, okay. So I hope this also you have understood. So next move to, so let's move to handlers node, guys. So I will complete this code. So I have wrote all this code, guys. You can see. So import reflect metadata. What it means? So this is the thing, guys. Okay. By this only our what you can say, our objects will be created. Okay. Whenever the application start. Okay. In the TS rings, the object will be created. So this we need to import, guys. Okay. For this, it is a dependency for that. Okay. TS rings. So it is not important. So I will commit this, and this also I will commit. So what I was doing here, just I am doing the input also export also in this one line, guys. Okay. So if I'll see, come here and control space to do handler. Okay. So this is the to do handlers. We are exporting here, and we are importing and we are exporting at the same time, guys. Okay. So star export star from this. Okay. So we have exported and we have imported this thing also. So somewhere we will use here in the serverless YAML file. So in the same way, if you are having no more handlers, you can extend this and you can uh, export star from some other handlers, guys. Okay, like user handlers or some handlers you can give there. So I have exported from, for now we are having only one handler, so I have done like this. Okay. So next thing, like we need the MongoDB connection also, right? So how to do that? Just like I have said, like MongoDB connection, we are auto void, right? So whenever the application start, one object will be created. So it object has created. So from the container, we are getting that object, guys. Okay. So container dot resolve this MongoDB. In this MongoDB connection, we have created two functions, right? So connect method I was calling here, okay? Function or method you can see. So whenever the application start, at that time, one time it will be connected to our database, okay? So everything is fine, guys. Now let's move to our serverless YAML and let's try to uh, write this YAML file. Okay, so I'll write this manually. You can see. So service, we need to give any service name like to do node TypeScript. Okay, MongoDB. Okay. Next, we need to give the provider, guys. So this is the provider. Name is AWS runtime node 18. We are using region episode 1 in my case. Okay. I if you are from some other region, you can change this and enable build, AS build, and enable false, HTTP API true, and timeout error. Timeout I was giving as 900 means one function will be there for 15 minutes, guys. Okay, this function when first time this lambda function executes, so it will be there for 15 minutes. Okay. Also one note, guys, whenever you send or post get any request you will do in the lambda, that function will be for 15 minutes, but the request should be completed in 30 seconds only, guys. Okay, so note this point. Now let's create our function. So inside the functions, I was giving the function name. Okay, we have to give any function name. Okay, for this handler we have given this to do function. If you are having more functions, like you have created another handler, so after this to do handler, you make sure the indentation should be on the right place, and you should uh, create some other function. Okay, like this. So for now I will commit this. So inside the functions we are having handler and events. So handler is nothing but where is our handler for to do. Okay, inside the app there is a handler dot to do handler, right, which we have exported. So I have given that path to the handler. Inside the events HTTP API path I was given. You can give any path, guys. Okay, so I have given this path, and method is get. Okay, so how it will map, it will see the method get. Okay, you need to return this. Okay, if it is post, it will return this, create, delete, like this. Okay, so these are the thing. Okay, HTTP method you can repeat. If you are having more, you can give. And path parameter, guys. Okay, you can path like this. Okay, you can see this is the method get. This is the API same, but it will differentiate with the ID. Okay, if I'll go, if our compiler or the code is at line number 80 and it is get. Okay, I have wrote like this here, right? ID, you can see here it is getting ID. If it is ID, it is returning this, or if it is not ID, then it is returning all the to-dos, right? So this is the thing, guys. So in this way we can create. Okay, at last what we need, just we need to define plugins. Okay, so plugins serverless offline and serverless prune plugin. Okay, so everything is fine, guys. Now let's try to execute our code. So I'll come here, like in the package.json we have given dev command, let serverless offline. So npm run dev, guys. Okay, and let's start, see whether our application has started or not. So it is initializing. Till the time we will go to postman. Okay, so this is our postman, guys. Okay, fine, everything. Okay, so you can see here. Okay, so our application has started and it is showing all the whatever the configuration we have done, like get to do by ID, create to do. Okay, all the functionality is showing, all the endpoints, right? So I'll copy this get to do's. Like for now we are not having any to do, so just move first to create to do's. Okay, also I will open the Mongo Compass first. So I have opened the Mongo Compass. For now you can see if I refresh, there is no to do, right? So it will be created. our application started, but the connection is not stabilized. Like our function has not called. Okay, so I will copy this create to do first, and I will show the validation power. Okay, see, it is a post request, and this is the endpoint. And just what I will do, I will remove these two things, guys. Okay, I will copy and I will remove this and send the request. So it is saying it is create to do, post create to do. Okay, think okay, it is extra space. So I have sent, guys, and if I will go to terminal, guys, so here we have got the error also. Most important thing, which is this. Okay, what is the main important thing? Like it is connected to MongoDB, right? It is first time it is created, guys. Okay. Also, validation errors which you have console log. If you remember, if I'll go to code, guys, inside errors, I think here, see app validations. So this is the object, guys, app validation. Okay. So this is the array we are getting like this. So you can see properties title. Title must be longer or equal to 2 characters. Title should be string. Okay. So the same thing I have done here also. So I was getting only the value. Okay. So this is only the thing I have wrote here. So I was returning in the array, guys. Okay. So if I'll go to Postman, you can see how we are getting success, false, bad request, and title must be longer than or equal to 2. Okay, it is handling, guys. Okay, if I will give the title now, first to do. Okay, now it will ask for description, guys. Okay, see, see, it is asking for description, guys, right? So if I'll give both the things, let's see what happens. Action. Okay, let's give only one description, uh, T only, and let's see what we will get there. See, description must be uh, longer than or equal to 2 characters. Okay, so it is also working. Validation is working very perfect, guys. So that is the power of class validator, guys. Okay, please comment me in the below how if you liked the class validator implementation, guys. Okay, so this is the my first to do description. Let's send. See, guys, it has created. Also, if I'll go to my code and let's see the logs. See here, guys. Again, it is not connecting. Okay. See, MongoDB is not connecting again. Okay. I will terminate this and I will start the app again. See, uh, for now we will have second. Instead of first, this should be second. And you can see it is started at 3000. And let's make a request. And you can see the logs here. Post request create to do function is invoked, and it is connected to MongoDB and it is send the data. Okay, it is connected. Okay, let's make another request, guys. Second and third request and send. Let's see for now. Say it next time when the function invoked, it is not connecting to MongoDB again, guys. Okay, so it is already injected and it is created. Okay, by the TS string, right? So both the things is completed, guys. So let's try to get all the objects. Let's make a get request, get to do's, set request. Okay, it should be get to do. Okay, we are getting all the to do's, guys. Okay, first and second and third. Okay, let's try to get with the ID. just we need to give slash id, okay, with path parameters. Okay, so you can see we are getting single id, and inside the data is getting right. And what I will do, I will execute now delete to do, and this should be delete method. Okay, and send request. Yeah, it is get deleted successfully. If we will send again, let's see what will be there. Okay, it is deleted successfully. Next. So guys, now we will deploy the code to GitHub, guys. Our AWS Lambda. Let's see how we can do that. So guys, I have logged into our AWS account, and let's see what functions. Let's navigate to first IAM role, and let's create a user and create a security credentials to configure AWS in our terminal. Okay, so we can able to push the code uh, to our AWS Lambda. Okay, so let's open AWS IAM. Okay, so let's go navigate to users and click create user. Let's name it as YT serverless to do types. Okay, this is the user, guys, and click on next. Attach policies, and I will give here administrator access for now, and click on next and create user. Okay, so I have created this. So open this to do serverless types user, and go to security credentials, and go to access key and create the access key and other. Click on others and click on next just and create access keys. Okay, so this is the access keys. So to configure AWS in our console, we need AWS CLI. Okay, so how to download it? AWS CLI download. Okay, click on this first link, AWS, and choose your machine. Okay, I was in Windows. Click on this and click on this MSI. Okay, and install this. After installing, just click on next, 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 and restart. Make sure to restart your uh, laptop. Okay, and let's open this terminal now again, and let's terminate this and search here AWS hyphen version. Okay, you can see this is my version now. And now we need to configure the AWS. Okay, AWS configure command. This we need to execute. Let's type enter. So I have already added some credentials, so it is showing here. If in your case it will not show any, it will be the empty. Okay, so I'll open uh, credentials and copy this access key and paste it here. Sorry, copy this and paste. Okay, next copy this access secret key and paste it here. Hit enter, and you need to give the region. So AP south-1 and output format as JSON. Okay, so we have successfully configured AWS. Okay, guys. So now let's move to again AWS account, and let's see whether we are having any AWS Lambda or not. Okay, so for now we are not having any Lambda. You can see, guys. So let's come to our terminal again, and let's execute npm run deploy command. Okay, so let's wait till it deploys. So guys, our code has deployed successfully, you can see, and this is the endpoint, guys. Okay, let's try to execute any one of the endpoint and copy this and just come to here and make a get request, a get to do's, and we'll make the get to do's. See, guys, whenever I will execute this function for the first time, it will take some more time. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, after 5 seconds I have got the response, but if I'll click now 1 2, see how fast it is getting. Okay, what it means, our uh, MongoDB has connected only one tab. Okay, so this is the way we have implemented the code, guys. So Also, how to remove the code? Just what need to do? You need to execute. If you want to, also guys, if I'll go to this GitHub, our account, AWS account, and if I'll go to Lambda now, you can see all the Lambda functions. Okay, so you can click on this. Okay, this is our to do TypeScript or TypeScript MongoDB. Okay, and you can see all the configuration here, VPC related thing. If you want the VPC related code, please commit me. I will make the video. Okay, and this is the permission, guys, what it has taken, and it is the API gateway. So this is our endpoint base. Okay, also you can see the logs. How you can see? Just search here CloudWatch. Okay, CloudWatch. Open in the new tab. Let's navigate to I think Cloud. So we have to open this CloudWatch, guys. Okay, so inside this CloudWatch we will have log groups. Click on this log group, and so this is the logs. Okay, guys, so click on this to do ties MongoDB. So this is the logs, and click on this log streams. See, you can see all the logs, guys. Okay, so this is the which we have console log, right? MongoDB connected, and all the logs from here you can see. So this logs file is for, guys, so in runtime if you are getting any errors, so you can see here. Okay, it is for that. And here we are having Lambda functions. Okay, let's remove our Lambda function. Okay, come here now. Just need to execute serverless remove. Okay, let's wait till it removes. So guys, you can see our Lambda has removed successfully. If I'll go again to our account and try to refresh this, you can see the function has gone from here. Okay, so guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this guide helped you understand the power of serverless with TypeScript and gave you the confidence to start building your own applications. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content on modern development, and leave a comment with any question or feedback. Until next time, keep coding and keep innovating. See you in the next video.